Alright, here's my new dog cheeseburger. No. He is the chillest dog. Look how chill he is. He's just hanging out. But we have acquired all of this, mostly archive titles. We have some Keno Lorber Fathers too I've been wanting to get. Josh got a few things. Oh, my ducks. Love my ducks. So thanks, Dave, for the awesomeness. We will do pickups, right? We are back at the hotel. Hopefully this fan that's right behind me on the wall won't be too much of a distraction. I don't think it is. I think we're far enough away. But we're going to dive in to everything we got from Dave. He gave me a good deal on these, mostly Warner Archive. There are Keno Lorber and a few others turned classic movies. But let's just dive right in to everything we picked up from Dave, and thanks, Dave, for the awesome deal. He had, he collected archive titles, boutique titles, but now kind of refiguring his library, and he didn't get around to watching all of these, so now they are in my collection. Start the Revolution Without Me, Donald Sutherland, Gene Wilder in a snap case. That looked good. Haven't heard of this, but Gene Wilder, you can't really go wrong. So that's a good title there. Archive Greta Garbo in Wild Orchids. Then this looked good from Ziegfeld's Glorifying the American Girl. And I think this is like a synchronized dance thing, kind of like Gold Digger, those films. I think he did those as well. So that is neat. Then Listomania. Looks interesting. And again, these titles are only available at WarnerArchive.com. So you had to special order these. So to have this many all at once is amazing. The Impossible Years. And these covers just get me intrigued. Most of them. This is a Universal Vault series, same kind of deal. It is archived, but some call them Vault series, some call them archive. Cobra Woman looked very interesting. Then the Canterville Ghost. Do have this on VHS, so that is a good upgrade there. The Little Minister, Katharine Hepburn. Can't go wrong with some Hepburn in your life. That is a cool one there. Then Ginger Rogers, Jimmy Stewart in Vivacious Lady. Love getting archive, especially some James Stewart. MGM's Thousand Cheer. And look at all these people right there. We have Judy Garland, Gene Kelly, a lot of people. Just look at all those people on the front there. That is very cool. Then we have Hermits Hold On. Huh. So, looks like a beach, like musical type movie. So that is neat. And this is a remastered edition. The Hollywood Review, 25 stars. Talking, sinking, dancing picture. So that looks very cool. I love the kind of tap dance, like synchronized dancing, that kind of thing. And this looks, again, like a star-studded cast. Rosalie, that front cover just had me sold. Eleanor Powell, I wonder if that is any relation to William Powell, either his wife or a sister. I don't think it says. Huh. If you know, comment down below. And if you've heard of any of these films, feel free to leave a comment. Noah's Ark. And 2 years after his last European film of the 1920s, showed his range like the earlier Ten Commandments. This is, of course, Noah's Ark. Does it have a year? 1928. So 3 years before Dracula in 1931. So that is very neat. So let me think. Was this the silent era? I would think so. I don't think it says on there. But that is cool to have a biblical epic, especially with the Warner Archives. The Whistler, and this is a Sony Pictures Choice Collection. Huh. Radio's Master of Mystery now on the screen. Oh, I think I had Suspense Radio. I want to say one of them was the Whistler. We had the Hitchhiker, but I want to say one of them was the Whistler because I thought it was kind of reminiscent of the Shadow serials. If you don't know what a serial is, it was a radio broadcast, pretty much like a TV episode, except you couldn't see on the TV. It was all radio, so they would do sounds, everything through the broadcast, and it was serials, so it was a series of these episodes. So that is neat. Hanging by a Thread, Irwin Allen production. Huh. So that, again, that front cover just sold me. He had a bunch more, but I tried just to pick ones I was interested in or looked interesting. Lad a Dog, and I could be wrong, but I think that is Lassie, the dog that played Lassie the first couple times with Elizabeth Taylor. This looks to be around the same time, 1961. When was, is it Lassie Come Home or Courage of Lassie? Which one was the Elizabeth Taylor? And let me know if that is the same dog who played Lassie. It looks like it, so I would imagine it is. A Woman Rebels, Katharine Hepburn, Herbert Marshall. That is fantastic right there. So that's the second Hepburn movie we have. James Garner, Lee Remick. I don't think I've heard of Lee Remick, but she looks familiar. I would assume that's Lee there. Huh. She looks oddly familiar, but I can't place what else I've seen her in. Obviously, very familiar with James Gardner there. Marion Davies, Clark Gable, Cain and Mabel. So, if you're religious, Cain and Abel were brothers. One was to plant stuff into the ground, one was to hunt, and pretty much the one that planted stuff like fruit and stuff took a rock and killed his brother. So that's a biblical tale. I'm sure that title was inspiration from that. It says comedy, so that looks good. Clark Gable can do comedy. Then Gregory Peck in Moby Dick, and this is an upgrade. I do have this on VHS, but that's an upgrade from VHS. John Huston directed. Then we have Once Upon a Honeymoon, Cary Grant, Ginger Rogers. That looks fantastic. Dick Powell, Debbie Reynolds, Susan Slept Here. Again, that cover just makes it look very intriguing. Then Boys Night Out, Kim Novak, James Garner, and Tony Randall. So it looks like kind of a rom-com here where they fight over Kim Novak, it looks like. Then this is a Turner Classic Movie Vault Collection, William Powell Double Harness. And I did look this up. Out of all these archive title, DVD titles, this one, there wasn't much on it, but there was one eBay listing for $50, then an Amazon for $75. So I will watch this, and then we will see maybe listing this. That once something gets above $50, unless it's Mummy or Titanic or Twister, not for now, not getting really any of that. The Book of the Dead and Book of Life, they have skyrocketed in price. Look up one of those. But something that, I like, but is worth like 50 to 100. I sold my Crow sketches for like $250. I paid $60. So if it's that, we'll let it go. But I'll watch it first and see. Then I'm going to butcher this. I just know it. Que des or furries. I took 2 years of Spanish, and that did not pay off. That looks Spanish there with the que des. So, que des or furries. I'm butchering it, I know, but this looks interesting, and it is a film noir. So I like film noirs. Maltese Falcon is a good example of that. Then we have Krakatoa east of Java. That cover just looks very interesting. Hoping for like an action adventure. The epic adventure that shook the earth to its core. Okay. I have heard of Krakatoa, so looking forward to that. Irma La Douce, Shirley MacLaine, Jack Lemmon. So again, that looks very very intrigued by that cover there. Then The Third Man, Orson Welles. I have this on VHS, so that is a definite upgrade. How to Murder Your Wife. I think I have this on VHS as well. Jack Lemmon. So that is an upgrade. This is United Artists. I don't think this is in my United Artists set, but that is cool to have that on Blu-ray. Then these two, out of all the Blu-rays, these two went for a little bit. 100 Rifles, 50 to 75, and then the Vikings, 22 to 30. So we'll see about that one, but we'll watch both and see how they are. That cover, Keno Lorber can do covers. I don't know if that was the original cover. I'm sure it was. They did movie posters good back in the day, and drew posters very well. Then Jack Talk Kai very well. Comment down below where that's from. Father Stew. This came out a couple years ago, right? 2022, so 3 years ago. Produced or directed by... No, it's not. I thought this was Mel Gibson. He stars in it. Yeah. He's Mark Wahlberg's father, I believe, in the movie. But I've been wanting to see this for a while, so checking that out. So that was everything we picked up from Dave. Thanks again, Dave, for the awesomeness, this awesome haul. We got some pretty cool archive titles. I am intrigued to dive into all of them and watch them. Comment down below if you have heard of any of these. Do you like them? Do you seek out archive titles? Like, subscribe, share with a movie lover. Until next time, look out for archive titles and keep collecting.